Welcome to the next installment of the Dismount podcast, and today we are discussing episode 61, maintenance. You can do an oil change for your body. So you can do all these fancy things to your car to take care of the maintenance, rotate your tires, got to balance those out. Well, why haven't I taken any time to balance out all of the pillars of my life? All of those things that make up that overall existence of my reality. So today we are discussing maintenance. We always take 6 questions and we journal on those separately. We don't like to get into too many extracurriculars here to begin the episode because no one likes to hear Zach talk for 15 minutes on end. But we like to go right into the questions because we like to give you the juice as quick as possible. This podcast is a don't trust us, trust yourself. And there's a good reason for that. If you know, you know. Because if you can't trust yourself, then how are you going to trust anybody else? So, with that all being said, let's absolutely rip into the first question of the day. When did you first realize that you needed to take intentional time to rest? Not because you were lazy, but because you were running on empty. Young Darius, you feel like you want this question so bad.
I just think it's Darius. No. I always think of Hootie. Hootie, when you say Darius.
Oh, Darius Rucker.
Yeah. I don't want to be with you.
Wrong color.
Yeah. You could be Hootie.
I'm the wrong color.
Yeah.
I can't hit it.
He said, I can't hit those notes.
I can't hit it. Hootie.
Yeah, that's fair.
One kind of.
For me, I came up with when I was in college and I failed managerial accounting twice.
Damn.
Yeah. Never passed it. I think for me on that side, that was when I was working full time at Safe Light with you guys, and I was doing 15 credits a semester. So full time class, full time school, full time. I just turned 21. I can drink.
Oh,
I can do everything.
Full-time degeneraate mode.
He thought he was grown then. I'm a grown man now.
Yeah. In college, I thought I took a communication major, and pretty quickly after I got through the, you have to do your prerequisites. You got to do you got to do a math, you got to do a science. Once I got through those, I was like, okay, cool. I just have to write papers for 2 years, which I can do in my sleep pretty much, which I kind of did, honestly. But when I went to get a business minor, I ran into the last class I'd take was managerial accounting, and I realized pretty quickly the first time that I couldn't just show up the class and pass it, and that was tough because I was like, okay, cool, no big deal. I'll try it again. I'll do it again next semester. I think I got like a D or something. It just wasn't good enough to get what I needed out of it, the credit for the class. And then like 6 weeks in, I just started bombing again. And I think that added up with, working at Safe Light. Like I would take those 4 a.m. Monday shifts and I'd go in, I'd be falling asleep driving the van. There's a couple times, bro, like I really, truly think I was close to like falling asleep behind the wheel in that job.
Where do you listen to my answer?
Yeah.
I wouldn't disagree with you on that, man.
There's a
Some of
couple
those
times.
mornings I was up
money.
until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And then rolled in there for 4 a.m.
Yeah,
Got like an
absolutely.
hour and 20 minutes of sleep. Literally went to bed at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to be there for 4 a.m.
Yeah.
in the Safe Light gear.
Yeah. So I got humbled there. I definitely felt a little bit embarrassed. I felt a little bit exposed there. I felt like maybe the real accounting I need to do was in my life.
Oh, shit.
The actual checks and balances I need to work through were in my own life. And yeah, man, I think it showed me like I really wasn't like aligning my priorities at the time. And hopefully maturity steps in the future. But like in school, for as much as I spent on my education, I should have been prioritizing it and not like side money. And yeah, like I covered my own books and gas and stuff like that to get to class, and I commuted every day. But I didn't need to work 40 hours a week. And I think at that point, looking back, that should have been a step to like, okay, maybe I should work 20 hours a week this semester or take a step back. But it was just, okay, well, I don't have the capacity to learn this new subject that I genuinely like, as far as like, what was it? There were 2. It was something accounting and then managerial accounting, or 2 accounting classes. The first one I had perfectly fine. The second one just destroyed me. I had no clue. Not a numbers guy. I'd be in there 3 hours of sleep and just it looked like binary, like freaking like computer coding or something. It just did not make any sense.
The Matrix is
it
just
looks like
on
the Matrix.
screen.
Yeah, it looked like the
Matrix
Matrix, and I would just be standing like, can I write a paper about ICP, please? I did that. It was my best paper I wrote in college. But yeah, I just think it was like I wasn't performing at my highest ability, and it was one of those things where I just like kept trying to beat the game on hard mode. It felt like I was just always like, oh yeah, I could set my schedule up perfectly and work 8 hours and go to class for 6 hours and then still have time to do homework and still have time to have a social life and all that stuff. And it just caught up with me there. And that was a good lesson, I think, for me to then have to understand what rest looks like and prioritizing the right things and taking a step back on my end because I think I was too proud to admit it at that point.
I was definitely someone who like, I never really took that time earlier on. And I know that you're talking about like already in college, sitting here thinking about, I should probably have been balancing things out. I was at no point in time thinking about that when we were working at Safe.
Back to high school, I did the same thing though. I went to class and then I played a sport in the fall and a sport in the spring. And like I was always running 16 hours a day doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it felt normal.
Right. Yeah.
It was just it was the status quo. Standard is the standard.
Yeah, the standard is the standard.
Oh,
Absolutely.
But my boy was always running. I remember them days that you was always running.
Yeah.
Always. Where's Derek? I don't fucking know. He can't keep hold of that dude. He's somewhere. School, work, driving a truck, doing something.
Yeah.
Fucking all the time, dude. I remember that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but then I realized you can't do everything all at once, all the time. And it catches up with you, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. It'll bite you in the ass.
It definitely will.
Quickly.
How about yourself, sir?
Hey, well, keeping with the safe light theme. So, like, the first time for me, that check engine light come on.
Yeah.
Your body's light come on. I remember I was working at Safe Light, and that was, like, for me, the first physically demanding job I ever had. Like, I had jobs before, but, like, that job was, y'all did it. I don't have to waste time explaining that shit to people listening. It fucking sucks. It's hard work. You load up the truck, drive the truck, unload the truck, reload the truck, drive the motherfucker back, and then do it again.
Yeah.
It's work. But I used to go out, hang out, chill. Like you said, I'm out till 2 a.m. chilling with the boys, whatever. Wake up, clear my guts, whatever that is, throw up, dump, whatever, clear my guts, and off to work.
Yeah.
Good, productive day. One day that light came on, bro, and I'm dragging ass all day. Even Trisilla, what's up with you, man? This ain't you. This ain't your production.
Yeah.
Go out on the Washington run. Go ahead, get you a break. Go ahead, get you out of the warehouse. Because if y'all remember, I used to always stay back. I used to either have a lunch run or because I used to Trisilla used to let me get out of there early because I used to do little, what the fuck would they scrapping little other shit.
Yeah.
But anyway. I started dragging ass real bad, and he's like, just go ahead, get you a run. Go ahead out on the run. I took the Washington run. Dude, why the fuck did I get off the Houston 84 exit, knowing where the Washington exit is, right? I'm like, the fuck are you doing? Took the wrong exit, right? I get off. On my way getting back on, I get T-boned. Boom. Truck fucking T-bones the truck. And mind you, I didn't even make it to fucking Washington yet. The first stop on the run, bro. Didn't even fucking make it to my first stop. That could have, to me, that was when I was like, maybe, just maybe, you need to get some fucking sleep before you get in a vehicle and drive 3, 4, 5 hours south. Maybe you should start to do that.
Yeah.
Dude, I that was one thing that humbled me was driving in general. And just, I was always someone who I was so excited to get my license and be able to drive. And I was always the person who was driving us everywhere when we were doing things, especially when I had the blue waffle back in the Southside days. Yeah. And I love driving, never felt like anything. Then you start driving for work and it is a whole different ball game. You're sitting in a car, staring at that just road.
You're responsible for shit too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I got a whole there's people, there's customers, there's a whole fucking
there's an ecosystem underneath of me delivering this.
I'm fucking it all up.
You're delivering glass,
fucking it all up, dude. But for me, and I had to go take a drug test. I'm trying to have a life. I got a girlfriend. I'm trying to start. I got a job. I'm trying to do shit. I'm getting ready to lose my fucking job. I don't know how. I passed the drug test. Trisilla, if you're listening, thank you, brother. I don't know. I know I melted the cup.
Cook the books.
Oh, I was sitting in his office, him and Joe's office, and he's like, "Yeah, you got to go take a drug test. You going?" And Joe Rotolo looks at me and goes, "You gonna pass?" I'm like, "Yeah." Lying like a motherfucker. I go take the drug test. I'm waiting. I'm like, y'all get them results yet? Tony was like, he kept telling me, oh, you're good. I'm like, yeah, but I took the drug test. Like, y'all got those results? Like, I'm shitting bricks. Like, I'm waiting to lose my job any fucking day. I never lost my job. So I could have lost my job, could have lost my fucking life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so like, I mean,
When you said you melted the cup, that one cracked me up.
dude, I'm telling you,
He said, I melted the
I
cup.
melted that joint. I was out smoking and drinking the night before I went and got in the truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when it hit home for you, when you realize, like, dude, slow the fuck down and get some rest, because you going to do something and you can't go back. There's no fixing it. You know,
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that shit. You know what I mean?
That's my biggest lesson right now that I'm learning is the actually slowing down, because and my answer to this one is, when did you realize? It was when I started trying to build Scooby Ruby Media and started with the streaming, and then the streaming turned into wanting to make outdoor content with Weekend Wild Warrior. And then it turned into, I'm going to do Scooby Ruby Media, and all of that, just adding that stuff to my plate. Like, I jumped in because I wanted to go get that business name. I wanted that LLC. I wanted to feel like there's no fucking turning back now, motherfucker. Like, you put your name on this shit. It's official document. Like, it's time. Like, you're going to have to do taxes. You don't even know how to do business taxes right now, but you're going to have to figure that shit out. You're going to have to figure out how to balance a freaking book. All this shit, dude. You don't know anything. Do you got an MBA? Did you go to business school?
Did you pass managerial accounting?
Yeah, did you pass managerial accounting? I never took that class, dude.
Hey, I'm sure he could give you some pointers on what not to do.
Yeah, that was a
What not to do. Here's every answer that was wrong.
Just don't do this. Guarantee you'll fucking pass. Just don't do this.
So mine was like starting to build that business, and then I turned around, and one day it was just, oh my God, I have this much shit on my plate. How the hell am I going to get all this done? And then, whoa, I got to chill, brother, because now I'm starting to do that heavy breathing, and I'm getting all worked up, like stressing myself over and over again, just stressing myself. And that's where I had to turn and just give myself that lesson learned that there are so many things you want to do outside of just that business. Like, you're so jammed up that you're going and spending 10 hours a day doing something else and trying to come home and build this business and stressing yourself out. But what about that other balance? How much time are you spending with Haas? How much time are you spending with your dog?
Yeah.
How much time are you spending with yourself?
Yeah.
You know, not that version of you who's trying to build that dream or that next, that next level of yourself, but how much time are you spending with that current version of you to nurture it, to give it, that level of confidence and just appreciation and compassion that, bro, you made it to here so far. Like, be proud of this.
Yeah.
Because if you're not proud of this, you're not going to be proud of that. When are you going to finally give yourself that pride that you're doing something? Now allow there to be balance. Because if you don't have the balance, then brother man, you're going to turn around one day and go, where the hell did everything that I was trying to build this for go?
Yeah.
Where did that significant other go in my life who I'm not paying attention to now? Where's that dog that I don't have all those memories of? Well, she's not here anymore, and I don't have all those memories of those things that I did with her. All those little things that stack up to make life of why the hell we do any work in general. Why am I chiseling this hammer today? Why am I beating the grindstone? For these things.
Yeah.
It's not for the work. Okay, it might be for the accolade. Look what you built. Look at that empire you built. Look at that, castle, that fort that you created for yourself of sanctitude, of just peace and whatever that might be for you. Are you going to appreciate those things if you don't realize how to take rest? And this is just, dude, I have let myself, like you said on episode 55 of, a glass bottle is strong, but apply some pressure and it shatters. And that has been me so many times over the past 5 years of just shattering myself and then having to pick up the Gorilla Glue and go, well, shit, how am I going to put this freaking puzzle back together
I hope
again?
these pieces fell in perfect squares. So I can glue this bitch back up.
What turned into dust in the process?
The little holes.
Yeah.
That when you put the big pieces back together, you get left with little tiny holes that didn't make it.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there with some caulking and I'm trying to fill in all the cracks. And now it's like, whoa, brother, if you would have just given yourself that ability to have that strong, structure, hold that liquid, hold that form, allow that flow to happen for you, it won't crush you. And those are the things for me that I keep not giving myself enough grace. As much as I sit here and go, yeah, man, on those days when I have that awareness, I give myself grace. But you know what? If I'm being really real, that's like 25% out of 75 right now. I mean, if I'm being really real, I'm not giving myself enough of those times. And it shows because I will go on farther and deeper of these questions and talk about how much like I am not allowing myself to balance at all.
Yeah. It's a lot about like having the ambition, but subtracting the realism from the situation. And that just, for me, leads to burnout, I think. Just like, oh, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do all this. And then you're not realistic with the amount of time you have in the day or the things that you should be doing that properly align with you. And then you just lose yourself.
Well, look at what we just talked about earlier. What am I doing right now that's any different than what I was doing in high school? I'm going to school for 8 to 10 hours a day in high school, something that I didn't want to do, something that I didn't really enjoy, something that I thought was, well, this is just what I have to do. My favorite phrase that I absolutely would love to say, my favorite hateful phrase that I can't stand, that I would love to say is the worst phrase in the world. It is what it is. And I don't like that. I should say, that's just the way the world works. That's the one that absolutely crushes me. It is what it is understandable. But that's just the way the world works. You can take that one back, Uncle Sam. I am not for you.
Shove it
Shove it right up.
Yeah.
And that was for me. It was finding that grace, man, is such a challenge right now.
Yeah.
But you got to give it to yourself because you got to tell yourself you deserve it. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. It's like you can tell yourself, I deserve it. I worked my ass off. I'm allowed to have it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with people. They don't reward themselves mentally. Like you can reward yourself mentally. Like I did a good job. I'm a good fucking dude. I handled that right. And sit with that. Don't just say it, but say it and sit with it. You know what I mean? And believe that shit. You have to. If you don't believe that shit, you just play a man game. You man fucking yourself.
Yeah. I'm 33 years old, man, and I'm going to work some days, and I just allow all this emotion to like wreck over top of me, and I'm just like, what am I doing here? This doesn't make any sense. Like, I feel like I need to get out of here. Like, I am just like crushed emotionally that I'm doing something that just doesn't feel like I'm supposed to be doing it. But then I have to look back and go, bro, high school, you were doing the same thing. You're going to school for, 8 to 10 hours a day. Right now, I'm going to work for 8 to 10 hours a day. Not something I wanted to do. Then I come home and I try to bombard myself. We just talked about I had multiple practices. I had multiple hobbies. I had multiple things I was doing 16, 17 hours a day.
Bro?
Yeah. What are you running from? I love it.
Yeah.
What are you trying to absolutely escape from?
Yeah.
And that to me just, it feels like I'm escaping, giving myself that opportunity of reality.
Yeah.
Of just truly seeing what I'm capable of because I'm just going through the motions. And while I'm sitting here just continuing to go through the motions, I'm not taking that intentional time for rest.
What the silver lining in that is, last thing I'll say about that is the silver lining is you realize that though.
Yeah.
That's the silver lining. It's like you realize that you can build off that shit. Like that people don't build off it. Like once you realize it, build off it. Let that be your new foundation. If you can, you know what I mean?
I got this fancy, shiny little coin now that I got to keep in my pocket so that I pull it out every time I go, oh, yep, remember, I got that little nugget with me,
So what? Hey, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And if that's honestly, I was just joking, but if that's honestly what you would have to do,
Fuck it.
do it, man.
Yeah.
Help yourself.
Take a coin, whatever it is.
We've joked, Delulu is the Salulu before. Delusion is the solution, right? Sometimes.
Right.
So, yeah, maybe.
Right.
So I think that was number one, man. Number one feels kind of fun. I think it's cooked. Is it cooked, chat? Is that what they say nowadays?
Yeah, it's cool.
F's in the chat. It's cooked. So question number 2 of the day. What does your personal version of a reset day look like? How has that evolved as you've grown? So for myself, it just goes into what I was just talking about. I really don't know what it looks like for me right now, because as much as I sit here and say, "Oh, I'm so busy and I have no free time," because I look at my schedule, and my schedule kind of honestly is kind of packed on a regular basis. Monday through Friday, I'm hitting the day job. I'm trying to do a workout and training. I'm trying to get Ruby time in and a Ruby walk. I got my daily chores to keep up with or whatever it is. And I'm trying to work on SRM. So that's Monday through Friday. I'm booked, basically.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I'm trying to take time to get out in nature and reconnect that with Ruby and Haas. Like, that takes time. Isn't just, I can't just pop out. I live in the city. That's not nature. I'm sorry. It's not right here.
You mean that backyard with the hillside?
Yeah, that back
The trees, that ain't nature.
It is nature, but it's not nature, dog. It's not enough. It's not enough. Not when you could still hear the highway running right by you. No. And then I'm trying to do a training day I'm trying to do a long gravel ride on that day. So I'm trying to do a 3-hour bike ride to get prepared for those 100-mile races. Like, shit, that's 3 hours of my Saturday that I'm already putting in. And then I'm setting up for the podcast in the evening to have us ready for this shit on Sunday. And then Sunday is podcast recording or getting ready for the clips for the week, grocery shopping, meal prep, making Ruby's food, and then making my schedule for the week.
I'm trying to figure out where you put the reset there.
I don't. That was, thank you for just like serving it up and spiking it home. I put the alley-oop there
I thought
for
this was
you.
about your reset day.
Thank you, Dr. J. I'm appreciative of you slamming that home because I have no freaking time for a freaking reset day.
100%.
And that upsets me so much because I used to take time where it was honestly a Saturday or a Sunday. And if it was raining or something crappy outside, I'd sit there and just binge watch a TV show with Haas for an entire day and didn't feel any remorse as in that was bad or not. Nowadays, I would think of myself as being the laziest piece of shit for doing that right now, as much as I have done that recently, probably within the last 8 months. You know, I've taken a day where I've sat there and watched Entourage because I'm just down in the dumps and I'm sick and I'm like, hey, I'm just going to watch Entourage for 7 hours right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I just fell asleep. All right, cool. I think I might have been watching Entourage for the last 7 hours.
Someone was.
Could have been the rest you needed, though.
Yes.
You know, and
It's going to find you
don't know it,
eventually.
yeah.
And I used to take those Friday nights of playing video games with the boys the entire evening. Or, yo, nobody's got anything to do on Saturday. Saturday's going to be a real shit day. Boys, we're getting up at like 10 a.m. I'll see you on the game, man. Get your ass
Hell
up.
yeah.
We're banging. And we're just playing Call of Duty for an entire Saturday. I haven't done any of those in a long time. And I definitely miss them. Definitely miss them. So I don't know where the hell I'd put the reset day. And I really need to find that true like area. I will say that as much as I don't have that ability, or I shouldn't say I don't have that ability, I haven't taken that responsibility to put that in to my schedule. I put little pockets of it. So I will come home and I'll tell myself, you know what? It's Wednesday, or not Wednesday because you come over on Wednesdays now. So let's say it's a Monday. I come home and the only thing I have on my schedule is mobility, 20-minute mobility session on Mondays. Dude, after that, I'm cooked. I'm done. Not doing anything. You know what? I was going to work on the podcast tonight. Nah, I'm okay, man. Chill. And I will take those little where I blow up my schedule. And that is a whole different side story of where my accountability to myself then comes into question because I've now put that on my schedule and the day comes to do that on my schedule. And I'm now telling myself, no, I can put that on the back burner. So my accountability to myself then is what becomes the questionable piece of that. And my awareness has to discern between, is this really what I needed? Was I being a little bit too overzealous on Sunday when I was trying to build this schedule for the week and should have built some pockets in there where I knew, give yourself a little bit of leeway, man. Why are you running everything in half-hour increments? Like, where's the pocket of overlap?
And then you feel like you're letting yourself down. You're
Yes.
like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to do this. And at that time, you didn't realize what you really needed at that point. And now it's like, oh, okay, well, am I lacking discipline? And you start to question yourself on that side. But in all reality, is you just overbooked yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you start running from shit you can't run from. It's time. You
Yeah.
start running. You can't run from time. I don't give a fuck how much shit you book. It's like you said, you book all this shit, and you realize I gotta crunch this down. Now I'm spreading shit to this day. I got a clusterfuck on Thursday that I created for myself. Which, if I would have just did the shit Monday and Tuesday like I was supposed to, I got a log jam at the back end of the week. Now Saturday's here. I can't do shit I was supposed to do Saturday. I can't. It's fucked up.
And then it's a domino effect because the next day comes around and you might sit there and go, okay, yesterday I felt like this wasn't something important, but now I feel like yesterday's shit is more important than today's shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold up. So now I'm judging, should I have done the shit that I didn't do yesterday for today's stuff? Oh, fuck. That's where I get into those horrible places of where, dude, can you just take a maintenance day, dog, and just allow yourself to process all this shit?
Are you even capable of understanding what is most important on like a day-by-day basis? Not to like make it sound like that, but
No, I know what you mean.
do you prioritize one thing over another, or do you find it all equally as important on a day-by-day basis?
I feel the burden that everything is basically the most important, but unfortunately, the
Everything is the most important thing in the world.
yes,
It's crazy.
36 hours of shit in 24 hours.
Sorry, I'm just like I'm judging. I'm just
no, and I love it because yes, I will sometimes feel that burden that everything is as important as the next thing.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's what is that thing that's hitting me right now. And the piece of the puzzle that really jams me up is I've had this thing in my back of my brain that as soon as something comes to me, I should just get it done. I should bang it out right then and there.
Opposite. I'll just go like, that's a great idea. I'll do it later.
But I'll be working on something.
That shit's gold.
Yeah.
Next month.
Next month. Yeah, I'll put that in the March calendar.
That goes in the cachet.
Yeah. March. Yeah.
But I beat myself up, man.
Yeah.
Just crush it.
Yeah.
So, how about yourself, Jeff?
Well, like you said, I'm kind of piggyback off a little bit what you said. Like for me, like right now, like those days, like a rest day for me is I'm at home, I'm chilling, got the pups with me, the wife, my beautiful wife is somewhere doing something. That's what keeps me at peace. I got all the things that I care about around me that, not that I don't care about nobody else, but my wife, my dogs, that's my family, that's my immediate. I, make sure they're around me. And then, like, I'm playing a video game, chilling. Like you said, like, those things, like, albeit small, they are the little things that I've learned to, like, keeping that growth mindset. Like, you have to be able to enjoy the little things. Like, they are your rest. Like, you don't realize it, but like you just said, you put all this shit in one day, and you think you have time.
Yeah.
You think you have all this time, and you just don't. And you realize that these little small things are actually fucking big things. Like they're things that, okay, it's just on the couch with the wife watching a movie, like you said, like or watching Entourage for 8 hours and falling asleep.
Yeah.
Small, but huge when you wake up from that fucking 8-hour slumber and you go, oh, damn, I feel great. All right, let me tackle some shit.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm ready to tackle. You don't know what you tackle first, but you tackle some shit, and that's just where I'm at. Like, it's like I've learned that, like, it's evolved to me, like, over the years, like, to make sure that I take the little things and make them my maintenance. Like, it's weird how you put that in there, but, like, for me, hanging, like, chilling, like, on the couch, just something small. Like, that's my maintenance because I'm always running. Like, there's days, like, my brother will make fun of me. I'll come straight home from work. I won't even take my fucking scrubs or nothing off, dude. Like, I come straight home. I had to fix the dishwasher one time or some shit. He was like, damn, bro, you ain't even gonna take your uniform off. And I say, fuck it, these is work clothes. I worked. I came straight home to work, and then, like, at the end of that day, I'm like, I'm on the couch, I'm chilling. I'm like, all right. I've learned that I can get my little rest daily if I need it.
Yeah.
I could build it into my fucking daily routine. Although it's small, it ends up being big at the end.
It compounds.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like it you just pour into yourself. You know what I mean? And like I always say, like if you want to do something, you're not going to get more time. Do it now. Honestly, like, you know, start with the things that you give a fuck about in life. Small, make them maintenance things. Even like you said, like if you know, want to take a walk with your dog, whatever it is. If it's 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes that you can fucking woo-saw about some shit. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. Like, because how many times have you been going through something small and you know, I've gone home before, I had a bad day at work, go home and go, fuck, man. As soon as you walk in the door, some bullshit, and you go, man, fuck. Like, you know, god damn. You ready to lose it. But then in those moments, I'm on the couch, I'm chilling, throw a fucking hoop game on, throw the pins on or something, and I'm like, all right, I'm chilling. This is a little maintenance at the end of this chaotic ass day.
Yeah.
And then you, like we talk about that cachet, you build that shit. And then over time, it's like I can recover from a bad day. Like I don't have to recover from a bad week or a month. I can fucking recover from a bad afternoon at work. You know what I mean? Like building in those small little things.
You're not even letting them build up.
Can't, I mean, because I've done it 1,000 times. Like you've let the shit build up, and then you know what happens. You lose yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna lose yourself. There's no fucking ways around it. Like I don't care who you are. You let that shit build up. Pressure bust pipes. I don't give a fuck who you are.
That looks like for me coming home and taking the dog for a walk and then falling asleep until the next morning.
Hell yeah.
And just being completely just knocked out and
Fuck
just
yeah.
having to just 14 hours sleep, and you're going, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
What? This is impossible.
Yeah, that's the first thing I wrote about. So I kind of discern this in like what hasn't changed as far as a good reset day to what has changed, and sleeping has not changed. I sleep a lot when I want to catch up on myself, and I find that to be okay. I've gotten better. I used to sleep in all the time, like no alarm for anything, especially when I lived alone. It's a little tougher now living with my girlfriend, and what's nice is like we'll non-verbally agree to just sleeping in on days where we get the opportunity. Yesterday, I think we were in bed till noon, maybe. She didn't feel well when we first woke up. I got up and did some things and checked on her, and then came back and just laid around a little bit more, but she wasn't feeling well. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll use this as a time for myself on that end. And, you know, for that, I'll find ways to distract the right way, you know, whether it's TV or games or whatever. That's perfectly fine. I think movement too, getting on the bike, all those things haven't changed for me. I think what has changed is, and you hit on this before, is not making feel like a reset day is an escape from something. Like I do want to give myself a chance to step away from how busy I find myself most of the time. But on the other side, like I don't want to continue to sacrifice my future self for a slice of the good life where I go out and get drunk as shit on a Saturday and wake up Sunday and come in and do the podcast. I can't do that anymore. And I guess in the past too, I didn't do a lot of like structuring out for my future self in a good reset day. And now I find that to be one of the most beneficial things I can do in a good reset day is to build out what I'm going to do for the next week as much as I can. And, you know, my girlfriend and I do that intentionally nowadays, which has been nice. It gives me the ability to like, okay, cool. Like this is when I will definitely get physical movement, or this is what I'll plan to eat for dinner 4 out of the next 6 nights or whatever. And that type of stuff gets me to a point where I'm not living a reset day every day, it feels like, where I'm just going in like, oh shit, I'm like overwhelmed with work and now I don't know what to eat, so I'm going to eat like shit and sit here and stare at the TV. And now Tuesday's a reset day and Wednesday's a reset day, and it's like every day's a fucking reset day. When are you moving forward at all? And now I think it's nice that it's not avoidance like it maybe used to be, of like I'm just going to avoid all the shit for a while and go out and do something for me, which I think can still be beneficial. It's more of like building up the structure for myself so that I can move properly throughout the week in the midst of the chaos I typically find myself in.
Groundhog Day. This is reset day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Pull the plug, man.
Yeah.
Multiplicity.
Yeah. And I think the good news is when I can combine the rest with preparation, that's when I do find myself at my best. Like when I can't feel guilty about resting. I work too long of hours and do too much stuff on the outside for whether it's work or trying to make sure I'm staying productive, I always have something else going on. Like I just decided to move in the middle of my busiest time of year for work, which is just a great idea, but it worked out that way and that's okay. But I have to be very meticulous on making sure that like, yes, I know I'll need to rest, but like how does rest enter the conversation when I have so much else to do, and not avoiding the responsibilities I have that will make that rest feel very disingenuous to what I actually need to be focusing on. So, if I go, oh, well, I need to, rebuild the my office to the way it was when I moved in, and there's because it was a furnished place. There's a lot of things that go into it. I got to rebuild a bed frame with, a bunch of screws and no manual. I'm like, shit, dude, take a bed frame. It takes 10 minutes. It probably took me an hour and a half yesterday. Like little things like that where I can't continue to avoid that type of stuff, because then it cuts into like if I'm sitting there watching fights on a Saturday night, I know I have other shit I need to be doing. That stuff's not enjoyable then. And neither is sleeping in. Usually I'll be sleeping in and then it would be like 11 o'clock and I know I need to be doing something. And good luck getting actual rest then. I can feel the bubbling over inside of me, like, you should be doing something else. You should be doing something else. And when you're not realizing that the prioritization of those types of things is the most important, and then if you could just get that type of stuff out of the way as quickly as someone like Jeff might, then you can have that rest. And you might be able to do it every day. But when you just keep pushing things and procrastinating, then that stuff continues to surface. And then these reset days feel like they are not reset days at all.
The guilt guild comes out, and the shame wizards come to cast their spells.
Shame on you, Derek. Get out of bed.
The guilt guild.
Yeah, yesterday was funny. I was going to go and lay back down after I took care of the stuff I need to in the morning. And then the dog started barking, the neighbor's dog, just endlessly barking like he always does. I'm like, this is just, you're supposed to go up and do something. So the universe will also find a way to shut your ass down too. Isn't
that so frustrating? When you're trying to rest and that, for instance, the other day I was, or even yesterday is another perfect example. I was staring at that computer screen trying to build out episode 57 and the clips for this week. And I'm like, my eyes, I need to go lay down for a little bit. So I went to go lay down for a half hour, put a set alarm for 33:33.
Nice.
I might have made it into that 15 minutes. This is the first time I've gone over and tried to take 30 minutes to myself. And 15 minutes in, I was sitting there going, I haven't even relaxed at all yet. I haven't given myself even a mere second to relax. I have been thinking for the last 15 minutes about all the things that I can be doing over there right now on that computer to get accomplished.
Instead of turn off.
Fudge! Just hit the sleep button for a second, bro. Your computer, you hit the sleep button on your computer when you walked away from it. Hit the sleep button on yourself for 30.
Zach's an alarm clock that just can't shut off.
You know what I think about when you say that? Like, I used to have to get up at 4 a.m. So I used to hate when there was like Monday night Steeler games and shit. So what I would do is I would tell myself, oh, I'm going to bed. I got to be responsible. I take care of labs for a living. Dude, I'm laying there the whole time in the bed with the Steeler game on, with my eyes closed going, touchdown. Like, just fucking watch the game, bro. Like, you're not doing nothing. Like, what are you doing, dude?
You haven't relaxed or rested at all.
Then you go to work tired as fuck. Like, why am I so fucking tired? Yeah, you asshole. You fucking pretend sleep watch football.
You were stressing yourself out the entire time.
Fucking asshole.
You pretend sleep watched football.
Yeah. What are you doing? You hear that? That sounds crazy when you think about it. You pretend sleep to watch football.
If I close one eye, then I'll get half the amount of sleep that I needed.
Fucking idiot. Just
I don't know.
And I wonder why I'm tired.
Yeah.
So this definitely leads us into the next question, because this question number 3 is, have you ever felt guilty for taking time to rest or unplug? Where do you think that guilt comes from? And I have definitely felt guilty, and it makes me even sicker when I think of having the awareness that I am pushing myself too hard. Why am I continuing to push myself so hard? Is there anybody else around me right now that's out here whipping a lash? No one's out here cracking me with the whip, telling me I got to move faster, go harder. Even at work, I work at a great place where they're not even cracking the whip. Here's your workload. Come back for more rations when you're done. Hey, you got that stuff done?
Yeah.
Yeah, done.
Here's more.
Here's more rations. There's no, why aren't you done? That needs, none of that. I don't experience that. So why am I doing that to myself? Why do I come home and say, you got to get this, and this done, brother, or you're not successful today? And your fancy little scale that you created on the bottom of your little daily sheet that says productivity 1 through 10. What are you going to give yourself today, buddy? What are you going to give yourself? What are you going to feel okay and accomplished with? Will that 7 feel good today? Will that 8 feel good?
The Olympic figure skating judges out here.
Oh, shit, he said
5.
Hey, look, give them to your girl when I come home, I need you to hold up some shit. When I walk in, look at my face and judge me. If I look shitty, hold up to 0 so I can get it together. If I walk in joy, hold up to 10.
Give me the outside perspective. What do I look like? Because I'll tell you what, it's not what you're telling me right now.
It's like you said I'm a 10. Come on now. I had a 5 day, motherfucker.
I didn't even make it to 5. You giving me 10? I got a hell of a mask on right now. So, have you ever felt guilty, D?
I usually only feel guilty when I've been avoiding something, as I hit on in the last question too. I think it comes from when I'll go down those wormholes of just sitting on the couch, distracting myself with whatever means I find enjoyable at that time, watching whatever show or playing whatever game, and the inner voice will just continue to rotate through the carousel of you should be doing something else, and that will make me feel guilty. I don't want to live in a world where I feel like I have to earn the rest, and the earn the rest of your mentality just, if you ain't grinding, you're dying, or whatever bullshit someone spewed at you before. And, I think that that even can take away from, misalignment too. If you're just grinding just to grind, then what are you grinding on, dog? What are we actually grinding on? You have no clue. You're just out here grinding. But I think that when you're able to take that rest and realign yourself, then even the grinding feels more intentional, which I think is where I'm trying to find myself nowadays. And, it isn't really peaceful. Like, I don't feel like I can find true peace until I can really, truly allow myself to rest without guilt. But I don't think I can rest without guilt, without taking care of the things that I'm trying to prioritize in my life. And then that just comes down to an issue with prioritization, I think. And that's what's tough. And I have to be pretty mindful of that moving forward of, I have no issue letting myself rest. I'll probably come up with more excuses to rest more than most people. Like, what a hard day, man. This one really kicked my ass. Like, you said that every day this week, Is every day kicking your ass? For sure. But I think with me not being able to be honest with myself and saying that, like, if you would just take care of these couple of things and then you rest, and you don't have to earn it, you just have to take care of your shit properly, then, you can live without guilt in that situation.
Yeah, because how many times are you sitting on the couch and Casper the Ghost is just popping. Hip hop anonymous. You give him all the easy words. How many times is Casper the Ghost popping his head into the shame? Derek,
you said you were going to clean the fridge 3 weeks ago.
Look at the fridge.
Fridge got hair in it.
Shame.
When I used to live by myself, when my girlfriend came over, it's pretty early on in relationships after Kodak passed. I just wouldn't clean the fridge. I wouldn't do it. I don't know why. I just wouldn't clean the fridge out. And then she came over once. It was empty, and there's spilt freaking beer crusted to the glass in there. She's like, "This is your trauma fridge. You just put all your trauma in the fridge and close the door and forget about it."
Oh shit!
I'm like, she'd come over and say, "Oh, old trauma fridge. Here it is. This is where Derek puts all his bad feelings."
Old Derek's cold storage trauma.
Yeah. I keep my trauma on ice so it stays fresh.
Damn.
If you would just deal with it, bro, just throw it out.
Yeah, you don't have to keep it fresh.
No, dude, no one eats it. This is literally the worst thing you could do.
You could have just digested it yesterday.
Yeah, bro, shit that stuff out. Nope. No, man, I'm keeping mine for a rainy day. Yeah, but anyway, I just feel like moving forward in those situations where you have a task that comes up and you know that you won't live in peace until you accomplish it, then it isn't about earning the rest. It's about doing the things that you're just supposed to do. It's actually that simple for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I just I'm having a hard time thinking that reincarnation is a real thing and that I'm going to get another opportunity. And when I pull that into this equation of sitting here and thinking about why do I feel guilty? Well, because I feel like my time is limited. And if I'm sitting here and thinking that my time is limited, then that to me means I don't want to do a single thing that is not what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
True.
So I sit here and feel so guilty that I'm not pushing myself harder to get to that place, to be that person who's experiencing those experiences. And as much as I sit here and I think of my, what I like to call EE, my, my EE, man, is just my existence energy.
Yeah, there you go.
My EE, man.
I just wanted to find a funnier way to phrase it, but it's my existence energy. And that's something that I think about is that energy. Energy cannot be created. It cannot be destroyed. It is, energy is here. It is what it is. It can only be transmuted and shifted into another. We see this with so many different things. Water. Look at water. Water changes states. That energy of water is solid, liquid, gaseous, all these different states of being. You got a lot of gas?
It's gaseous.
I did say gaseous, dude. That was kind of funny.
Sorry.
I'm trying over here, dude.
Like a superhero.
Gaseous.
Gaseous.
What was Muhammad Ali's real? It was like
Cassius Clay.
Yeah, gaseous.
Cassius. Damn, why y'all bring Muhammad Ali into
Sorry,
it?
man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good, dog. So I know my energy is going to ultimately transmute itself. But when I start to play into this equation, time, and I start to tell myself, is my time actually truly limited? Am I going to come back to this reality? Is this the only opportunity that I get around this sun? Is this the only opportunity that I'm going to get in this level of consciousness, awareness? You know, those types of things really jam me up. And that's why I'm so much a person of talking about like this whole podcast is a living heart centered. Is because when I start to think about my time being limited, I start to get up into my spirit a little bit more, thinking about why am I not chasing my dreams? Why am I not being this person? I have all this potential, all this capability. Why am I not trusting in myself to just go for this shit? And when I start to get jammed up that I'm not doing that, my freaking 180 that we joked about with our freaking sausage gravy this morning of how quickly that took a 180, that 180 of me being up here thinking, you're so capable, man. You can do whatever you want. You create your reality. Your mind and your superpower that you have creates your reality. And I get jammed up about that because I'm not actually living in coherence with that. Boom. 180, and I am so far deep down in my bestiality and my animal, lower chakras, and I'm just beating myself up now. And that's where the guilt comes in, is I start to think, you're so capable. Fudge. I'm on the whole other side of the spectrum now. Instead of just giving myself that opportunity to say, dog, whatever is, and I know I joked earlier, I picked the wrong phrase again, and I don't know where my brain farts are going today. Hip Hop Anonymous is definitely what got me all brain farted out. But
I thought it'd be the gaseous.
I was definitely, I
but
think it was the gaseous. I also think it's the fact that I'm definitely sitting on edge with a little bit of bubble guts from all that coconut water that I decided to drink this morning watching the hockey game.
You got gas and ass.
Yeah, I got gaseous, assiest. Gaseous clay ass.
So, whose standards are you living by in these situations? Like,
Disgusting standards that I've I've ultimately said for myself that I joked about with you the one Wednesday not too long ago of if you think and I've talked about it openly of, I used to get jammed up that people thought I had a big head. And then if you think that at one point in time, I didn't think that I was like connected to the level of consciousness of like a son of a gun like Jesus Christ, then you definitely don't know how big my ego obviously was inflated at one point in time. But I didn't even know. I wasn't aware of how inflated that was. I just thought that's what it is.
Well,
why am I sitting out here? If I have this supercomputer inside my head, I'm this spirit, and I have this capability of just creating this reality around me, then why would I not think that I'm this absolutely incredible being? Yeah. Not that I'm better than every single person around here. That has never been my case.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Like, do you set these standards to become the greatest human being to ever live in the history of the world, or are you setting these standards to be the best version of Zach that could possibly live in this world?
That's why I get jammed up, is because I haven't truly built what is that fulfillment level for myself.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to just get to this next level that I'm looking at for myself. But right now, I don't know what is going to be that truly fulfilled level, because I feel like I have this burden because of the life that I've lived and the people around me and what so many people that are so close to me have told me about my potential and all this different happy horse shit that can get in your head and really F you up on a whole different spectrum. Mm-hmm. That shit really makes me feel this burden that I have this responsibility to show people what Christ consciousness is and what living heart-centered is and what actually taking this vessel that I'm inside of right now to the next level is. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, like, what I would really like to accomplish at some point in time is that Christ consciousness of being truly living heart-centered. I'm not doing it yet. As much as I sit here and I'm preaching this, preaching this gospel of living heart-centered, son of a gun, are you doing it? No, dog, because if you had a rest day, you had a reset day, you had true balance, you already knew what was going to fulfill you in life, then you wouldn't be chasing anything right now.
Yeah.
And I'm still chasing something. I'm chasing that final version of Zach that is, okay, this is what I get to experience this go round. I've built this to here. Now, where does this take me to?
Yeah.
But that standard is a fucked standard. And it's absolutely fudge, dude, because it comes from a burden of feeling like I have this opportunity to be able to show people what truly you are capable of.
Yeah, it's hard to balance the ability to be grateful for what you have. All three of us have working limbs, brain, and have decent careers, and a lot of people in our lives that we love and they love us, and a lot of that is taken from so many people. So it's hard not to have high standards for yourself when you've been given such a good pull in life, but you also have to just be real with yourself too.
It gets real frustrating for me, and I don't want to go too deep off the rails in this episode, but when we're talking about maintenance, but all the things that I know about, our society, ourselves, the fact that there is something called the Psy Games that happened this year in literally North Carolina. Like, we had the first inaugural Psy Games where all these people were coming together in North Carolina last year at the end of the year. I think it was August. And it was just all these people who are telepathic, have the ability to literally like airbend and use their mind to like move objects and all that kind of stuff. That happened this year. And like people around me, they don't know that. They don't even like, that's not something that's publicized.
First I've ever heard of it. Didn't know it existed till just right fucking now.
That shit's cool.
I never even heard of it.
Like the fact that there's a telepathy tapes, like, and that lady talks on there, those kids who are telepathic, who literally talk to their parents through their minds, say that, oh yeah, I talk to my buddy. He's on the other side of the world. We just go into our own little web and we just talk. That's like they go into, they jump into their mind and then go into like this cache web, like they're on the cloud talking to each other. across the world.
That's
And that's what
crazy.
these kids said on these. So I feel this burden to, we are in the age of information. There is no reason that I need to be this person who's shelling information at people. But I want to be someone who's what nothing is giving to us right now is that communication and that inward reflection of, whoa, I'm able to do all these things. That's where the guilt comes from me, is showing people, hey man, go internal. Fuck all this external shit. Forget about all this validation on the outside, because all it will do is it will continue to make you feel this guilt. But if you go inwards, you're going to find so much stuff. And yes, you're going to have to travel through some lands. They're going to be marshy. There's going to be some dirt roads. There's going to be some really shitty areas with some dark, spooky forests that you might have to roll through to really find that, rainbow at the end of all of that craziness, that fork in the road, or wherever that, Happy Gilmore, go to your happy place type of, internal area is for you. But yeah, man, that's why. How about yourself, Jeff? Like,
Great.
how have you ever felt guilty on
So,
this journey?
Honestly, I kind of mentioned it before. Like, I don't honestly, I only feel bad or guilty when I'm doing some kind of unplugging or maintenance and it affects somebody and like somebody I care about.
Ooh.
Other than that, I mean, when I'm trying to recover my mental health, I don't give a shit. I don't feel guilty, because I've learned, like we talked about, like if you don't repair that mental health, if you don't take those breaks for yourself, you ain't getting shit done. You just gonna go down a fucking terrible. I mean, you do it enough times, you realize I can't operate like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't function. And like for me, like as long as I'm unplugging, like I said, like at the end of a day, long, whatever, I'm okay with that. I don't care. I won't answer my phone. I don't give a fuck, dude. No distractions. Like if I'm at home chilling, like doing my recovery, you can call
Airplane mode.
Dude, you could call, text me. I don't even give a shit. I'll look at it. I don't
He
care.
said, I don't even need airplane
I don't give
mode.
a shit. No, I don't give a shit, because like you said, like I'm doing me right now. And like I've learned, you give too many people your time, you give too many people you, and you take away from you when you give it to them. Like, whatever it is you're doing, like you take from you.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing for me right now. So I don't give a shit who calls, I don't care. I don't care what comes up. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that is an extremely empowering place to get to. Tell that to the guy who's like,
It's tough.
just beats himself up. Tell that to the empath who just feels this burden that they have to be there. Oh, someone needs me. Someone needs me. Someone needs me.
I'm that person.
Yeah.
I've been there enough. That's why I could speak to it. I've been there. I'm the person in my family. Like I've always been the epicenter.
Yeah.
Any shit that goes on, I'm involved. I don't care what rhyme or reason. I'm involved. You know what I mean? Like it's. You get those people that are like the rock in their family, or like the person that's like around all the shit. Like there ain't nothing going on in my family that I ain't around or don't know about.
You're
And
the
like,
lighthouse
that
sending
shit,
out the
and
signal.
that shit weighs on you, but you learn how to deal with those moments. You learn, like you said, unplug. I don't give a fuck. I'm not giving nobody my time. Nobody. I don't give a fuck if Jesus call. Sorry. But if you call, I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm resting, bro. Like I don't give a shit. Like I'm going to do this for me. But when I feel guilty, I will tell you, is when it affects, like I'll give you a perfect example. I feel like I'm being selfish. Like I know I want to spend more time with my mom. Like she's turning 60 this year and shit. And I keep beating myself up. Like, dude, spend more time with your mom. Dude, you got time to do it. Like I know my mom's work schedule. I you know what I mean? We talk through text all the time. But like you have a long week. You have like so much shit happens in the course of a week. Then once you rest, recover, you repair yourself, you come out on the other end. Yeah, that's great. Now I'm feeling guilty because guess what? You rested and recovered all weekend. You did all your maintenance. You didn't do nothing. You didn't go see mom. You didn't do the things that you wanted to do. And that's where the guilt kicks in. Is like I feel like I'm not doing what I know I should be doing. Yeah. And I told myself I should be doing that. That spend more time with your mom, dude. Time is running out. Like you don't have time. Like you're running from time and you don't have it. And I just beat myself up all the time. I feel so fucking guilty when I think about it. Even when you think about it, you go, you probably should be spending more time with your mom. This is a good day. And then my mom will call me. It's so fucking weird. Like she'll call me out of random and I'm like, hey, what's up? Oh, I ain't doing nothing. Just sitting here doing nothing. And I'm like, man, fuck.
I could have went down.
You fucking idiot. Like, what are you doing? And then that's the guilt that I sit with. Like, I know it's kind of like, differencing, but like that's just me. Like I feel so guilty when I feel like I'm working on me, but I should have been given to this. And I only feel like that when it's personal. Like when it's like somebody I like my mom, my wife. Like I did it last night. I wanted to stay up and watch all the fights last night. And I know like right now I got so much going on with work, school, doing a podcast with you guys, like, trying to do all this other shit. And I'm like, I was going to sit there and watch the fights. And I was like, you know what? She wanted to watch this fucking movie. I said, you know what? Go up there, give her maintenance. Go up there, watch the movie with her, chill. Then you can watch the fight. And it happened. I missed the prelims and a couple fights in between, but I got to watch the main event. I watched the movie with her. I got to watch the main event. It all worked out. You learn that you have to let shit happen and get to those points, and then you learn. You know what I mean? Those are the things that I care about, and then the rest of it, fuck it. But like I feel guilty in those moments where I can't, like that. Like I beat myself up because now my goals change. Like the way you look at it, like you can, if you have like something set on your mind, like you want to do it, it's tough to come out of that. Like how do you do that? You guilt yourself, like, and then it changes everything you want to do. Have you ever been like, yeah, I'm gonna do this? Like you said, you plan your whole day and then something happens and you go, fuck, you pivot to a whole nother direction, and then you beat yourself up. You just let guilt change all the trajectory of every goal you set. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Something happens, you feel guilty, and that's for me, that's what happens. Like it's like I did all this shit, I did everything. I did my schoolwork, got my journaling done. I had long days. I came home, I chilled, talked to damn, left mom out there to dry. And that's, to me, I feel guilty all the time when it comes to that shit. Mainly her. You know what I mean? Everybody else I do feel bad about, but like mainly the Rays, you know what I mean? I'm like, I need to spend more time with her. I just never do.
Well, you gave us an absolute masterclass on the examples of the shame. How do those people get onto that list, though? Like, how do you build out that these are the people or these are the things that I won't feel shame, I'm just going to go do? It's not I'm taking that rest. These are the three people who, if they call, it don't matter what I'm doing. How do they get on that list?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't tell you, but I will tell you that I know my mom, me and my mom have a close relationship. Like, and then like my wife, like me and her, like we've been through so much. Like, but I think those are the two that are on that list. Probably everybody else, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like I really am sorry. I mean, and anybody else on that list will tell you. I mean, anybody that's ever like known me knows like they've called me for whatever, and I won't pick up. Like, and I'm sorry. I regret it all the time. But like you said, like to get on that list, like it has to be like me and, like I said, it's just my wife and my mom that's on that list, dude. Like that's it.
Well, some people might sit here and go, "Oh, well, you could have shown up," but then our response would be, what version of you is showing up?
Right. That's huge because see, I've done that before. Like I'll give you a perfect example, dude. Like my mom, like one time she asked me to do something for her, and I wasn't in the right mental capacity to do it. Like I was tripping on something else, and she's like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" "Yeah, mom, I got you." And the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm an ass, like, and I could feel her just like, damn, I should have asked somebody else to do this. Like, damn, my son is just, and I apologize. I was like, Mom, I'm sorry. I got a lot of shit on my mind. She's like, you're all right. Don't worry about it. Thank you for picking me up. I'll talk to you later. It was crazy, dude. But when I felt guilty as fuck. When I went home, I was like, dude, you don't know how many more times you're going to get to spend with your mom. And you over here tripping on something else while you in the presence of somebody who you hold so dearly to your heart. Like you want to spend so much time. You want to be around this person. And like you get your opportunity and I'm tripping off something else. But you do that enough, and that's where you say, like, that list. It's like the guilty, the soft spots. You know what I mean? Those are the two people that I know I don't want to let down, and I want to make sure that they keep that image that of me that they love, and that's how I protect that. So if you want to say that that list is very short, but you know, I will tell you to get on that list, like it has to be for me somebody that I know holds that spot in my heart, like, and like my wife and my mom only have it. You know, I mean, I'll be honest with you.
I don't think that when we're thinking about that, I don't think that there actually really is anything that anybody could do to change being on a list or not. You know, and we can sit here and say, well, I start to take into stock how many times did those people show up for me? Well, now we're going, this is a prid quo quo kind of situation. Well, that person scratched my back, so now I got to scratch their back. Yeah. And I don't like that vibe at all. No. That just doesn't feel authentic.
It has to, like, you have to feel like you love that person. Like, you have to feel like I'll die for that person. Like, that person means that much to me. Like, you know, not that, you know, you would actually do that, but I'm just saying, like, for me, like, I would love to, you know, put people that, like, everybody on the same level, because I would love to have a peaceful interaction, like a love interaction with everybody. Like how I come to your house, it's all love, bro. I'm not going, you know, but people just, to me, like, people don't let themselves get on track or off track with that. Like, they set those goals and they just, you know, your mental goes off the rails, and it's just, like you talked about, it's all fucked up. You don't even know what you're doing anymore. Like, am I resting? Am I recovering? What the fuck am I doing? And you don't even know what you're doing anymore. But
yeah, I don't think there's any reason to build out any list, because then, like we were just saying, it's a scratch my back, scratch your back kind of thing. It just it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
And it feels like I don't know if I want to be friends with that person, because then you sit there and you go, well, if I'm questioning this about myself being in that relationship, why am I questioning this about myself in that relationship? Whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
This is weird. Yeah. Now I'm sitting here and I'm just doing this whole song and dance with myself of the craziness of concocting some kind of weird witch's brew cauldron inside my head of just horrible thoughts that are just spinning around. And you're like, bro, you could have just rested. Why are you now questioning if you should go help this person or not?
Yeah.
Because the weird thing is, on top of all that, the hardest piece of the puzzle, those people probably wouldn't reach out to you, because a lot of people aren't willing to reach out to you unless they're the toxic version who is just gimme. How much can I get for myself at all points in time? And it's all attention on me, all eyes on me. You know, I'm Tupac. And it's...
Yeah,
that's comes into play on definitely to factor into things, but those are the pieces that I'm talking about of why am I even giving myself any time to reflect on this? If this is already wishy-washy, why am I not just letting that just flow down the river? Let's move on. Why would I beat myself up? But it's hard because, like I was just saying, those people who would actually truly reach out to you, you know how hard it was for that person to reach out to you, because you know how hard it is for yourself sometimes to ask for help.
Man, that's tough. Yeah.
So then that's what tough. Really beats you up. And I know what we're talking about. Yeah. You still have to have that empowerment to set those boundaries.
You have to. Yeah.
But to tell yourself that you're not going to feel things or might feel emotions that start to wash over you of questioning, you'd be lying to yourself.
You got to be a cold motherfucker to say that. Yeah, you're lying.
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of go back to like what you were saying. I feel that, bro. It's cool. Like those are the people that pour into you. Like, it's not a quick pro there. What'd you say? Quip pro pro. You know what I mean? I couldn't even say it.
Hip hop anonymous.
Now you got everybody. We can't say shit today. Anyway, but like, it's like that, dude. Like my mom, my wife, they pour into me, dude. Like, they've never, like, there's never been no one-sided thing. Like, most people, I swear to God, like, I look at people like, what's your angle? Like, when I look at a motherfucker, like, hey, how's the weather today, man? What the fuck do you want from me? Like, what do you want? Like, why are you, like, hey, Jeff, how you doing, man? Beautiful. Just cut to the quick, man. I don't even want to fucking hear it. Cut to the quick version, because you about to start wasting my time. We getting ready to start going back and forth. I don't even fucking really like you all like that. What the fuck do you want?
I don't need
Seriously.
the pleasantries.
Don't even kiss my ass. What the fuck do you want? I would be better off. You'd be better off just coming to me saying, "Yo, dude, just lay it out there, and I'm gonna tell you yes or no."
Right.
Hey Zach, yo, you come help me do this in like half hour. Hey, bro, nope, can't do it. Cool, thanks, bro. I'll call somebody else. Hey, Jeff, come on, man.
Why can't you? Why?
Yeah.
Why? Are you that busy? Do you have that much on your plate? No, I don't.
I just don't want to.
So, fuck you. Just cold, absolutely stunner, dude. How about yourself, man?
Oh, we did this already.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, cool.
you were floating a little bit.
I was just watching.
You were vibing
I was enjoying.
and listening.
I was being the viewer.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
So, question number 4:
Uh-huh.
If we're talking and moving into what would be the signs that your body or mind give you that it's time for a tune-up, do you usually listen to them on the first time?
No.
And I start to get a little triggered about not being out of my job yet. That's when the signs start hitting for me. Is I'll be sitting at work and I'll be snapping in my head. Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta deal with this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And then that's when I know. As soon as I say, "Oh, I gotta be dealing with this fucking bullshit," I already know I hit the dial. I hit the dial. I'm going.
He going.
it. I'm over the ledge, and I'm just spiraling down the hill at that point in time, and I become extremely emotional. And anybody who is connected to me and really knows me, truly, truly knows me, knows that I can get very, very emotional very, very quick. And when I get very, very emotional very, very quick, it can be not a great thing. It can be I can say things too quick because I'm someone who can, I'm someone who I feel like I've been slapped in the face and then had to been, their teammate the next day because I've experienced that directly. And that honestly fucked me up in life of being on a lacrosse team and being told by some kid who's supposed to be the captain and it's fall practices that I'm not allowed to switch positions. I'm not allowed to switch from defense to offense. So now because he's the captain, he tells everybody, no one passed the ball to Zach today during any of the warm-ups. So everybody's laughing because everyone's like, oh, yeah, this is fun. Let's fuck with Zach, They're all laughing as they throw it over you and catch and whatnot. So I walk off the field like I'm in the Breakfast Club. I walk off the field with all my stuff. And I'm like, I end up becoming an absolute stud of an offensive player. And that kind of stuff of when I then had to turn around that season, that was the fall. I had to turn around that season with that kid who was a senior and try to, build ourselves into a team to win. But I was backhanded slapped in the face by someone who was on my team who didn't give me the opportunity to show if I could be that other version or not. If I fail and I look like a jackass here in fall, all right, dog, then I realize, okay, I tried something new. It's fall ball, bro. I'm going to go back to being defense. I can always continue to play defense. It's not like I've thrown away all my stuff and I can never buy another long pull. That opportunity is still there. But give me the opportunity when I want to do something to say, hey, maybe you could become freaking amazing at that. So I'm going to let you try it, man. But we don't have a lot of defense and you're really fucking good at that. Yeah. So when the summer or when the spring comes around, we really got to look, should you be, which position should you be playing? Dude, we're talking high school sports though.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here if I can't play whatever goddamn position I want. And if I'm good enough to start, I'm good enough to start. And if I don't want to play defense, why would you put someone in a position that they didn't want to be in anyways if they were trying to switch? So you're going to go tell someone, no, motherfucker, you don't want to be that, but yeah, you go be that. That person's really they're really gonna bring their best. They're really gonna excel.
In a team atmosphere where you need to count on the guy next to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck that.
So those kind of things, those are hard for me because I start to realize that I'm slipping and I get super emotional. And I've told how I am someone who just becomes absolutely a train wreck of emotions of just this. I feel like I'm honestly in a shower and just every water droplet is just another just form of emotion that I have to allow myself to just feel and then move on. I have to feel and move on and not just,
Got that Gore-Tex on.
yeah, and not sit there and soak up all that water with a sponge and put it into a bucket and hold on to those emotions for too long and let those ride around with me. Dude, let them go down the drain, feel the stuff, wash over you, and move on. And that's not me listening to the first signs. And that's me coming home, like I said, and just being crushed because it's now time to sleep. You've overcharged the capacitor. It is now time to reset and recharge. You've gone too far. You haven't taken the time for yourself. So now you're forced to take the time for yourself.
Yep.
Your battery is overcharged. So it's time to rebuild.
Yeah. The signs where you're forced to stop are kind of exactly where I went to, which is I'll just get ill. Like I'll become sick. My body will shut down for sure.
Yep.
I will feel it. Like I will be forced to stop if I run myself too thin. So that usually shows itself physically in me becoming sick. And it doesn't happen often. So I know that there's a reasoning behind it when it does. And then the mental stuff you hit on is the same thing for me. I get a short fuse. I plan everything perfectly in the day. I go 8 to 8:30, 9 to 9:30. I give myself zero error for margin at all, or a margin for a mistake at all. So like when God will be on the way to work, and if I hit a red light, bro, a red light is literally a part of every drive anyone's ever had that goes more than 5 minutes. You are lucky as hell if you hit a green light on every drive. I don't think it's ever happened. But for me, it could be a red light and I just start losing my shit. Oh, of course God would put me here at this moment. Why me, God? Why this red light? Why?
Or worse, you blame the dude in front of you.
Yeah.
Why the fuck ain't he?
Oh, why didn't you go? Why didn't you go? Go. Oh, you fucking idiot. I bet your kids hate you. Like, what do you?
It turned into a whole mess in the car.
Yeah, I bet
Hit them with the kids hate them.
Yeah, I bet your wife hates your indecisiveness.
And you know my favorite thing to say is, I hope you fall and skin your fucking knees.
Oh man.
You know that peel you get? Oh. Yeah, that hurts. I'd rather you get that.
Yeah, I hope you get the McDonald's 2 minutes after breakfast ends.
Can I have a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin? Sir, we're on lunch. Fuck!
Yeah.
They don't even stop you. We're on lunch.
Yeah, we're on lunch. They still got sausage too. They don't care. They don't care to help you. But yeah, I mean, I would push through that stuff in the past. I think I listen a little bit better now because I know that the consequences of not taking the time that I need for myself will show themselves very quickly in whatever manner, whether that be the ability to make me physically ill, mentally ill, even regardless if that's how I am rolling on a daily basis. It's definitely showing its true head when I'm not taking that opportunity to reflect and not just act and always expect everything to go perfect. And then I'm losing control. And then even then I feel like, you know, when we talk about prioritization, like the procrastination of stuff, like causes this false urgency that I turn into a person where everything is the most important thing in the world for the complete opposite reason that you do. It's like, I want to do all this and I'm going to do it. And they all have the same amount of weight. And I'm going to go, I don't want to do any of this. And it all has the same weight now because it was all supposed to be done before I was living in this moment. And God, is that exhausting, man.
You're absolutely crushing yourself.
Yeah.
You might as well be Atlas holding up the world at that point in time, and the entirety of the world is just resting on your shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you have no clue where the map is completely disjointed. You don't know where fucking, Asia is. You lost track.
You haven't even asked yourself the first question. Why the hell am I holding this thing?
Yeah. Who told me to hold this?
Who told me to hold this?
I've just always been holding this.
Why am I the structure here? Here, pal, take this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough, man. I think for me, though, like handling things early, rest doesn't feel like it's something I have to earn. If I just take care of things when, a problem arose, let me take care of it now, then rest. Beautiful. When it's, I have an issue, I'm going to sit here and think about it for a while and then choose to avoid it. And now I have that issue and now another issue. And now I have two issues and I'm not sure which one is more important. And that mental game is tough, man. That's not a way to grow.
6, 7, which one's more important? And you're just losing your mind because you don't even understand at this point in time.
Yeah.
What is the lingo? I don't get it. Why have I now added another thing to my list?
Yeah.
Because I was already stressing over the last thing. Well, let's just add another one. This will
Yeah.
be great.
But then the balance of like the procrastination point comes in, because then you go, if you think about it, most things really don't need accomplished immediately. So you're just putting this weight on yourself instantly already of like, Jeff had to fix the dishwasher, and if he didn't do it the first day, well, unfortunately, you're going to have to scrub the dishes yourself. But like, is the world going to end? No. Is that a life-changing, life-altering situation that now Jeff has to do some freaking dishes? Probably not. But that situation, and then being able to discern those things up front, at least give you the ability to not, I guess, be mentally ill. I don't know what it is. Like, it just feels like when I am like creating these alternate scenarios on how things could have went or what I should prioritize or this or that, it should just be the situation where, you know, I should be as authentic to myself, take care of the things that come as they do. And if I am not going to take care of them as they come, then at least trust myself enough to do it when the time is right to do it, if that makes sense.
Well, if we're trying to build a business for us to be able to ultimately go do our own thing, where is the time going to be built in to do the other things? And so when I ask the question of what is more important, right now, we don't have our true time freedom. We have to, do you have your structure built out to where you know exactly for work for the next 6 months, this is what everything's going to be? And I know you have a schedule, but you don't have, hey, all of these different events are going to pop up. How many times have you been slammed with work of like, oh crap, there's that event,
all the time,
or consistently? So how does that, when I'm sitting here and it's, you know, the last week of February, I'm Derek, and I want to get myself going for March. I want to feel like March, I hit every day of being able to, the day before I organized myself and I built some structure for myself. So I knew on these days I needed to be doing these things, and that kept all my pillars strong and opened me up to those gaps between my pillars of the things that I allow myself, those free spaces of time where those shit is going to fall, where a bird's going to poop between those pillars and I got to clean it up, whatever it might be. I have those gaps. But when I'm sitting here and someone decides that they're just going to throw in all of these pieces that screw up my structure that I've now built for myself, or all of these variables start to come in, it's really hard to build that structure when you aren't prepared for those variables. And I know that there will still be those variables if I ran my own business. There's going to be things that popped up that I'm not going to be prepared for, and I'm going to have to take care of at that moment in time. But it's so hard finding the ability to build that initial structure that I think that's what really hurts when you're trying to figure out what piece right now is more important. Okay, I haven't been able to accomplish that last thing that just popped on my list or into my head. Well, shit, now I got 2 things that are popping up into my head, and I'm trying to figure out which one's more important, because I'm now trying to see how does that add into my structure. Oh, when is that random ass variable going to show up again of I got to go do this? And it's not able to say, F you, it's oh shit, my entire structure is built on this paycheck that comes from this job, that I feel like I need to be this person. And if I want to keep trying to at least, okay, I'm stuck in the rat race, bro. I'm stuck in the matrix. I'm stuck in the 9 to 5, the 40-hour work week. If I'm going to be stuck here, then I might as well at least be trying to do things that are going to get me to that next level to get that next dollar value. If I'm here, man, what, am I just going to sit here and be an asshole and just like not do anything? I'm not going to get any rations at that point in time. So you're still going to try to do those things to grow yourself. And it's going to feel like you're absolutely wrecking yourself because you're like, why am I trying to grow myself here when I want to be growing myself here?
Yeah.
And those variables are the piece that absolutely crush me. And I have such a hard time allowing myself to hit that FU button to start. That already is a hard thing for me. And then you add in the fact of any types of variables that stem directly from my financial stability will absolutely have to come first because that's survival. And that's what sucks. That's what absolutely stops you. And you're sitting there questioning, which fucking one do I do right now?
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, that blows, yeah. It's master.
But that opens us up to talk about how the hell do we handle these types of things?
Yeah.
How do we finally allow ourselves to grasp all of this chaos, take this storm and transmute it into, dude, electricity. If we learned about electricity from Ben Franklin sticking a key on a freaking balloon, and we
Thank
learned
God for
about
that.
electricity from lightning.
That's where I put my house key.
That's where I put my house key. But I'm just saying, if we learned about electricity from a storm, from lightning, from chaos, we learned about this thing that absolutely connects our world, lights our fire, baby, you know? Why is it so weird to think about how do I give myself, and the question is, quit running around, Zach, and just ask the question already. How do you maintain your sense of wholeness in a world that often praises constant upgrading, pushing, and achieving? And my response back is to that, I'm going to take all that chaos of that existence of having to transmute that that lightning into electricity, and I have to finally be able to say, fuck everybody.
Yeah.
And because at the end of the day, if I want to keep up with myself, I'm not worried about keeping up with anybody else. It's about me. It's me versus me. That's where my wholeness has to come in.
Yeah.
It's me versus me. It's not me versus the world. It's not me versus, it's me versus me. And I'm stuck in that area right now because I need to run my own race.
Yeah.
And I am not someone that I feel like I was comparing myself at an early age, but now I definitely have been someone over the last several years who has been comparing himself to like, why am I not outrunning my business right now? Why am I not that
If
person?
you're wondering why I look like I'm going to outrun you right now, it's because I'm going to go use the bathroom.
To pick up back where we were, I have to stop even thinking in any sense of any comparison to anybody else. And because that's not beneficial to me, because there are people out here who are not going to understand me at all.
Right.
They're not going to understand what I'm going after. So I'm just out here vibing every day, leveling myself up. And I got to figure out how to connect all of these pieces. True balance between work, play, love, connection, rest, financial freedom, and time freedom. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is the final wholeness that I will be fulfilled and feel personal validation?
Yeah.
Not external validation, not anything from anywhere else, but personal validation.
Yeah. Just about to cry right now.
Oh no, I'm trying not to blow snot all over your fucking mic.
Oh, okay.
I got bad allergies, bro.
Just like, wow, that was the most
If
beautiful
my-
thing I've ever heard in
If
my
my
life.
shit kick in, you gonna mute all this shit.
Is someone let a cat in here?
You ain't recording shit else. You clean the mics.
So how do you maintain your wholeness, D?
Yeah, I think for me it was about me being more honest with what actually fills me up and makes me feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
So lately that's been more family, more time with my mom, as he just mentioned, my dad, my little sister, my siblings, all that I think is stuff that I need to prioritize more, because you get in that mentality of just grinding and grinding for what or grinding whatever. And then I think you get too far down that rabbit hole of what you think is supposed to be your calling in life. And then you realize, oh, well, if I just do this or I accomplish this grinding ass goal, I'll be able to feel fulfilled now. And that just won't be it at all. And then as you continue to grow and structure what you want for yourself in the future, then that becomes misaligned because you've just lost your whole sense of yourself. Like nothing fills me up more. And I think Jeff was speaking to how guilty he'll feel when he lets his mom down in a situation. I would challenge you and you to think about how much you might even be letting yourself down in that situation. Even if you're busy, it's okay. Like you do got to set boundaries up. And I just did it yesterday with my mom. I was supposed to grab breakfast with her. And I'm like, oh shit, I had to take care of my girlfriend and I got to do shit around the house already. I already lost track in the morning. And that's okay, and she'll understand that. But I think for me, I discount how important that time with her or like my little sister and that type of stuff is when it feels like a burden and it feels like I don't have enough time. Like if I have enough time to go to work 50 to 60 hours a week, I better have time to spend with my family. And I know that by then doing that, I'm allowing myself to become aligned with who I actually am. And then that powers me enough to continue forward in the right manner as opposed into like a synthetic manner of recharging. I think the wholesome manner is what's going to actually lead you to where your soul is supposed to be, as opposed to what you think you're being told to do is going to lead you into.
Wow. Following your true North Star.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, I do have that same setup with you is I do feel like I am here to accomplish a lot and I am hard on myself as far as standards go. And I want to have the opportunity to be alive and honor that and be like, cool, like I want to make sure that I get the most out of what I'm doing here on my end, but I also don't want to look around and not have felt fulfilled in the moments where like I spent as much time possible with my family when I had the opportunity and find myself in 20, 30 years like, oh yeah, like I probably would have still ended up in the same place, but look at what I sacrificed to get there. I think there's still opportunities to get to where you need to go in whatever manner society wants you to accomplish. And if you don't, well, you probably weren't supposed to anyway, without sacrificing those really true human moments that I think will lead you down the path you're supposed to go.
I think that you could build this absolutely badass life in your mind and then you're seeing it. But if you're not connected to that, okay, you built out this empire, but you're not actually connected to it. You're not a piece of it. All the chips fall as if almost like you took an AI bot, like Claude bot right now, and just set up an AI bot to run your life, run your business, and everything was on autopilot. That's basically what you created. You created an autopilot structure to your life, and you're not actually truly connected to it. You're not connected to those people that are involved in that life. That for me that's the hardest piece right now is making sure that I'm building something that I'm still actually truly connected to. Not that I built this, oh, hey, yay, I got this level of fulfillment for myself on these accolades. Mm-hmm. But as far as being connected to those accolades and feeling that pride or feeling that deep, true resonance, I'm unfortunately concerned and worried on a regular basis about having that dissonance from that version of working so hard. And then you turn around and you're like, I'm not even really a part of all this shit that I just built.
Yeah. All the grinding without alignment leads to just hollow fulfillment. It just, oh yeah, well, look at this sweet ribbon I have. It says, good job, buddy. And you're like, there's no one around to celebrate with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be tough. And then you realize what was the point of all that in the first place and how far did you let yourself go down the wrong road? And that's stuff that I need to be honest with myself on where, I can act like, and we've hit on this before, I can act like I'm so busy to do this and that, but you called me on, we were talking on Wednesday, and I was honest with you. You were like, yeah, you said you're busy. Like, so how much time did you get on Xbox this week? I'm just kicking around the idea. I'm like, oh, dude, come on, dude. Like, I was on like once for sure. It was probably more than once, maybe twice, 3 times, whatever it might be. And hey, that's okay because I, don't have to justify that to Zach, first of all, and I'm comfortable with that. But also on that side, it's just like being truly honest with yourself, you go, okay, you did do all of this that was like quote unquote rest or me time or whatever, which was all great. But if you're going to sit there and say, oh, I don't have enough time to go see my mom or something, then you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, D hit me with the, he was so busy this past week. He shows up here on Wednesday. He's like, man, I haven't had any time, dude. I've been killing myself, man, with this move. And just, it's the busiest time at work. And I looked at him and I go, you haven't taken any time for yourself, bro. None?
No.
None whatsoever? Nah, dog, I haven't had a single moment to myself. And I looked at him and I go, you do know that your Discord is connected to your Xbox. Well, you know, I think I played Xbox one day, dude, and I was like, dog, and this is what I needed him to realize. I am not. You don't have to justify shit to me. I'm just hitting you with questions. I don't need any answers. I'm just hitting you with a. Did you ask yourself this? Yeah. Are you being real with yourself right now?
Yeah.
It's not, and that's the hardest thing for me.
But I want the chip on my shoulder, bro. I want to go, oh, I didn't have enough time. And look what I still accomplished. Here I am. I didn't have a second, but I gave it to you. I didn't give it to me. I gave it to you, Zach.
Yep.
Like, you're an idiot. Like,
I'm the Charizard spitting fire at you that you ain't ready to handle, dude.
Yeah.
You ain't ready to handle that type of stuff.
Jesus.
So how do you maintain your sense of wholeness, Jeff? How do you build that?
Why I'm laughing at y'all.
Wow, I'm laughing. Yeah, we'll spit some fire over here, Charizard.
Honestly, for me, like it sounds simple, but he kind of hit on it. You know what I mean? Like staying true to who you are. Like my goals and what I'm trying to achieve and what I'm trying to reach is for me. Like honestly, like, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. You know what I mean? Like when you start comparing or looking around, like I stay in my lane, like to keep it simple, honestly. Like you have so many things like in your life, like my life, my goals. I don't give a fuck. You can fuck, like we talked about, like, I'll ignore you. I don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm in the middle of maintenance, even if I'm, like, I will tell you, like, when I'm at work or whatever I'm locked in on, I try to give it that time. You know what I mean? Like, if I know I'm working. Like, don't call me. I'm working. Like, and then this motherfucker will call me all the time while I'm working. But I know he only calls me when you know what I mean? It's not nothing crazy, but, like, I know, oh, shit, D called me. Yo, what's up, dog? Oh, yeah, I'm at work right now. I'm chilling. But that's like kind of what you were talking about. Like, you're busy. Like, I'm busy. I got a long day. Yo, what's up, dog?
Yeah, but I got 5 minutes to talk right now.
Hell yeah, I'm trying to go. Bet. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm looking for tickets. Like, he took my whole trajectory off. Like, I'm supposed to be working. This motherfucker talking about tickets to a game. I'm all looking at that now. But anyway, but that, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Though. Like you can fuck off. Like, I'm going to keep my goals for me. What I'm trying to achieve, I'm going to stay focused on that. And that's like, instead of worrying about what he's achieving and what you achieving. I'm proud of you. You my brother. I'm proud of you. Anything that you do, bro. You know, proud of you. But I ain't going to let what you have go, oh man, my boy Zach got this going on. Oh, I got to step my game up. No, I don't. Yes. No, I don't. I need to stay the fuck in my lane and keep doing what Jeff is doing. Keep working on what the fuck I got going on, because as soon as I start looking at what you or D got going on, I can't focus on, I'm losing me. Like, you losing sight of what the fuck you trying to do. And like, it's easy to do that. Like, when you growing the podcast, like you can look at plenty of successful podcasters that get millions of views and that, and you could easily go, yeah, I ain't never gonna get there. Fuck this. I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
But if you stay in your lane and keep working and keep chipping at what you fucking got going on, what your goals are for, you know, your media, whatever you doing, like, that's what it's all about. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. And it's so hard for people to do that. Everybody wants to be nosy. Everybody wants to know. I want to know everything Derek got going on. I want to pry into your fucking life. I want to be that nosy. And then all of a sudden, I don't care about it. When he crashed and burned, oh, shit. What the fuck was you so interested for? So I learned, like, all that outside noise, fuck it. It ain't going to matter anyway, because if I crash and burn or I'm successful, you motherfuckers are going to ride the wave either way.
Right.
If I make it, oh, I was there the whole time. I knew he was going to make it. When you crash, I knew he wasn't going to be shit. I stay in my lane. Fuck it. Because you're going to rob yourself of everything you're trying to achieve, worrying about people you wouldn't even fucking take advice from. Like, people you wouldn't even care, but that's the world we live in. Like you said, that we got all the information at the tip of our fingers now. Everything's fucking accessible and available.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you can't hide nothing.
Yeah,
You can't run from nothing.
when the peanut gallery chirps in.
Oh, my God.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I knew he wasn't going to be shit. I knew it.
I knew he was going to make it. I knew he wasn't going to make it.
It's terrible, but
Yeah.
that's what you get. You get people doing that shit. It's like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, the peanut gallery, you just cannot compare yourself to that at all.
Dude, I think
and we talked about the growing, and if you bring yourself back down to that level, you've now lost. Yeah, that is true. But allowing yourself to keep that space open for those people to meet you at that level or excel past you, that's the piece that wasn't added into that. That honestly, that whole mentality to that Snoop Dogg, phrase originally to me, when I took it was like, man, if y'all homies ain't keeping up with you, fuck them. Don't even talk to them anymore. Throw them to the wayside. Because if they ain't keeping up with you, then what kind of team you building? Yeah. If y'all ain't pushing, and what you just said of, it don't matter what Zach's got going on, man. I'm chipping at me.
Right.
And if I'm chipping at me and he don't see that, then what the hell did I want to be a part of that guy anyways?
100%.
If that guy can't see what I'm doing and the work that I'm putting in, I didn't give a shit to begin with. What they thought of me.
I'm wasting my time worried about what this motherfucker think. I don't care. Like, what am I doing here?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Turn life into a spectator sport. You're just watching, sitting in the stands. Go Zach.
Yeah.
Fuck Zach.
What's our world built on when it comes down to masculinity, though?
Yeah.
It's this bark super loud, yell the loudest, you'll get what you want.
It's
not true masculinity.
No, it's a pissing contest.
Yep.
Oh, he got a BMW. Oh, I want me one. For what? You don't even know what the fuck he's doing to keep that.
Right.
You don't know. That's another thing, dude. My grandma used to always tell me that, bro. Like, you don't know what people doing to keep what they got. And I never understood it when I was a kid.
It's crazy.
I would never get it. And I'm like, oh shit. People do shit. People do evil shit. People do weird shit. People do all kind of shit to keep what they got. And I'm gonna worry about what
we all just had a mental image pop up when you said evil and weird. I'm like,
people do evil shit, people do weird shit. You know what I mean? You see the world we live in now.
Yeah.
Talk about the files and the tapes that we got floating around, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, your mind, open it up. That's honestly what's happened, and without a doubt.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong on. There's all these spectrums to all that different stuff. Why am I comparing myself to a spectrum that I don't even want to be on?
Yeah.
How many times have you put yourself into this terrible mind loop of now I'm judging myself? Wait, I never wanted to even be in this arena to begin with.
Yep.
I couldn't care less about any of this shit.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't like hockey.
Yeah.
I like football.
I don't care about that.
What do I give a shit about a puck? I like a ball. Like this, that kind of stuff opens you up to so much freedom when you can allow yourself to say, man, I'm in an arena that I don't even want to compare myself to. And now you can then take into stock, what is my wholeness? Because this is making me not feel whole. It's making me feel half.
Hey, look, or turning you into somebody who you hate.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest. Like, you ever do some shit and go, ooh, I don't like that version of me. I'm good. I don't never want to do that again. I don't give a fuck what opportunity comes up. I don't care how it shows up or manifests itself. I'm never doing that shit again.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
No.
I've been there before.
Yeah.
Whether it's going back into grade school and you're like, oh, they ain't picking on me. So, I mean, I'll hang out with this group. They're not picking on me.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and you're like, dog, I never wanted to joke about anybody else. What what am I rolling with this squad for?
Picking on kids, making fun of kids and shit. Like, what am I doing?
This isn't me. So you turn around and you go, yeah.
You became toxic as fuck and you didn't even realize it.
Yep.
It's so easy to do. You can just become a toxic motherfucker and don't even realize it. But you need people around you to be like, yo, The fuck are you doing, Zach? You acting like a fucking asshole. That guy didn't do shit to you. What you mean, Jeff? Fuck that guy. Like, no, bro, he was cool. You didn't have to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? People do that shit all the time. It's like, why'd you fucking kill that guy? You fucking killed that guy, man.
It gets even crazier now with the fact of we don't even have to be eye to eye. You know, that's the type of thing now is with all this technology, we don't even have to be eye to eye to make those stupid moves. And I say stupid moves with a very, very grain of salt there. Like, I'm not trying to throw that, but we make moves that we probably look back and go, that wasn't the move I should have made. I should have went this way. I should have dipped when I dodged.
All the time.
I should have ducked when I dived.
Dodge.
That was a wrench.
Dodge twice.
And it really hurt.
Hey, motherfuckers was zigging, I'm zagging. What the fuck? Fucking.
So,
Yeah.
do you have anything else to add on your wholeness?
No.
You have
Keep
anything else to
rolling.
add on your
Oh, your
wholeness?
whole-
I think just finding yourself in situations where you don't have to prove anything. More
Damn.
than,
Yeah,
that's the
it.
one that's where I feel the most wholeness, where I feel like I have nothing to prove to myself, to the people around me, to the situation I find myself in. There's nothing to prove. I'm just out there being me the best I can.
So, I have a question then on that. And this actually is probably the first thing that we've ever really done current event wise. Sidney Crosby just lost the gold medal. Not because his actual physical presence on the ice or not, he wasn't able to play. He was injured. But his presence alone demands a level of expertise when you're on that ice. So by what you just said of, I don't want to be in those situations where any level of expectations are on me. I'm riding with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm 100% riding with you on that because that to me, that is you creating a safe space for whoever to meet you at that level.
Well, yeah, the most important people will meet you there. And I'm not talking about there's nothing to prove ever in your life. I disagree. But I think the moments where I feel the most wholesome and aligned would be those opportunities where I don't have to prove anything. And if you get those opportunities in high stakes moments where, hey, I got nothing to prove, I'm out here, then that's some Zen ass shit, man.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ball game,
Yeah.
hockey game.
Yeah, because we saw it on display. Some people needing to step up in the big game when that person who we're talking about, Sid the Kid, is that guy who steps up in the game. And I even joked with you of saying if they were down 1-0 with a 20-minute period left, he was probably playing 15 minutes out of that 20 minutes, you know, and he would have got that, put everything on the line. So that's where I feel like I'm sitting here and questioning, and we joked about were those expectations, like do you really expect yourself to play at a certain level and have to hold yourself accountable when you're playing with a Sidney Crosby? And with him not being on the bench today, does that change that level of expertise and that level of demand? You know, now we opened it up to where it's not there's no concern for, well, the guy who's really that guy ain't here right now. I don't know. That's a question and a topic for another day potentially, but I'm just opening up that when you have that person who you respect, does that change that level of the expectations being involved in not or two?
Yeah.
In the sense of, do I feel a burden or not feel a burden? And you can take that burden as being a negative, but do I feel a drive that's a positive because of this situation that I put myself in?
Yeah.
Of those potential expectations, whether they are physically demanded and said, we will not lose this game, versus we're going to go out there, we're not going to lose, but we're going to have fun. If we lose, we had fun, we gave it our all, and we got that opportunity to show up. That's a whole different ball game than if we don't succeed, then fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was
goes back
going
to what I
with.
said earlier, is like the best version of yourself isn't always the best version of all time, and that's completely okay. And that is some real ass shit. Another current topic, and this will just align with that a little more, is I came with that just because I was listening to someone review J. Cole's new album. And the guy said, yeah, I think J. Cole set out to make the best album that J. Cole could make, and he did. But he wasn't focused on making the greatest rap album of all time, and he isn't capable of doing that per se. And he is also perfectly fine with that. And that's what makes him fulfilled, is like, I know what I'm capable of, and if I can reach my peak, my ceiling, then fuck everyone else. I don't really care. Like, who am I compared to? If I don't compare myself to anyone, no one else has the right to compare me to anyone else. Cool. I'm chilling, dude. I reached my peak for myself and set my standards. And I went out and did what I said I was going to do. And if you do that and you're comfortable with that, then no one can tell you a damn thing.
No, nothing else matters.
No.
Fuck yeah.
But good luck reaching that mental state. That's crazy shit.
It's hard to get there. I ain't there. I know that shit. I'm trying. 100%.
I'm on the journey.
I'm trying, baby.
I got Dora the Explorer in boots trying to find the X on the map,
I
dog.
said that to my boy at work, Philo. He's our best salesperson he has since he started there, and just his mentality, everything he does, I respect it a lot. But I'm also like really, really good at my job, and like everything says it. Everyone I report to says it. You're really good at what you do. Blah blah blah. And I joked with him because we started on sale for next year, and he was like, off to the races immediately. And I'm like, dude, it's like, can you imagine where I am though? Like, I'm getting compared to freaking God out here. This is like Wayne Gretzky, and I'm like the second line winger on the side. I'm like, still amazing. Probably a Hall of Fame, wins titles, does everything he's asked of. But I got Wayne Gretzky next to me. Like, it's okay being next to Wayne. If I'm doing the best I can do, and it's, it reaches like expectations and things set aside for me from other folks, but also like more importantly for myself, then like comparison be the thief of joy. Why am I so worried about what he's doing? If I'm going to sit there and rubberneck the accident on the side, or the guy doing, freaking donuts in the parking lot, I'm probably going to wreck my car.
Yeah. Tell that to the board members, though, that are expecting all of you to be Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, man.
And that burden that ends up playing into what we talked about, which was my financial stability being played into that category.
Yeah.
And that's where the weight, for me, comes into.
Yeah.
Of, well, shit. Now I want to be Wayne Gretzky because I want to make the most amount of money, or I want to be making the same amount of money as Wayne.
Yeah.
Well, if that son of a bitch can do it, I want to be making Wayne money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wayne down on me.
Wayne down on me.
Yeah. So let's absolutely wrap this episode up. This has been an interesting one of maintenance. I can do an oil change for my body.
I can do a blood transfusion.
My man did an oil change for his midway through.
He did do an oil change midway through. If you could design the perfect maintenance day with zero limitations, what would it look like and feel like from start to finish? I want Jeff to take us one first.
Oh, shit. Hey, well, for me, honestly, I'm going to read what I wrote.
Please, because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. That's why I hit you with this one first.
So it would be me. It would be, first of all, it would be a beautiful day out in nature somewhere. I don't give a shit where. You pick a place. I don't give a shit. Like you said, away from hearing cars and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got me and the pack just woke up. They're running around chasing shit in the woods. I got a fishing pole in the water. My wife's somewhere doing her, as usual, reading, chilling, whatever. It's peaceful as hell, dude. No technology, just nature. No work distractions, no people, just me, the wife, and the dogs. And the reason why I say that is because, that's my, like I told you, that's my family. We got us a nice fire going, some warm coffee, breakfast on the way. You can imagine yourself there right now, right? You know what I mean? And so we live in that day, with no distractions, and hopefully, we grow closer as a family in that day. Honestly, like those days for me create the foundations of future maintenance days, traditions. I like, you know what I mean? You create, like if I can create a perfect day, I would try to create a tradition to where I can keep doing this shit. Like for me, and then like I low key want to live in the woods. Like that's my, for me, it would be a perfect maintenance day. I'm trying to speak into existence for me. Like honestly, like that's my perfect,
You
Just-
put me in
love it.
my Happy Gilmore happy place.
Dude,
I jumped on the app instead of onto the computer to punch some notes in the other day, and I was Jeff's notes was the last like tab, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check out Jeff's, and it was all the way down at the bottom, and I read this question. I was like, I'm not reading anything else of Jeff's because this just floored me. I was like, this is perfect. I love this. When we do this, I'm sending it to him.
you know what's crazy, dude? Like, people look at me and like they judge me. Like, they look at me and go, "Oh, there's really Woods? You? Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
I would love that shit. Not the wife so much, but yeah."
Do you want to take it?
Do
you
you
wanna
want to
take it? Do you wanna take it?
Sure. Yeah, I think I didn't get too abstract off of like I guess I could have taken it, and yeah, it probably would involve somewhere waking up in the middle of absolutely nowhere and not be within 1,000 miles of any responsibility that I hold
Fuck
myself
yeah.
to, for sure. But speaking in more of like what I can obtain right now, I think I wake up on a day like this. I'm not hungover, which is the first hurdle because that will ruin everything. So there's no hangover involved. I sleep more than I'm usually doing on a weekday. I'm going to move my body. I'm going to eat something that isn't disgusting, something fulfilling, a yogurt maybe. I've had a yogurt for breakfast every day this week. That's a new thing for me.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. My body's like, oh my God, dude. It's not just caffeine at 8:30 in the morning instantly, and that's all you ride off of for 5 hours. So that's good. I think that would be involved. Maybe record an episode of the podcast with the boys. I do like that. Come home, plan out the week with my girlfriend, get quality time with her, go outside and do something. Ideally, that's already a lot, and just being mindful of what we talked about, I would still like to find time for my family in some instance. And I know that's not always obtainable. Regardless, they live 20 minutes away or an hour away, it's not easily obtainable. So I know that stuff makes me fulfilled. So always trying to find pockets to build it into it. But it is just a focus on things and opportunities where I don't need to prove myself, where I can take a step back from the insane structure that I typically find myself in, especially in busy times of the year for me, and take a second to take a deep breath, do something for me, do something for someone else, spend time with somebody else, and truthfully be outside as much as possible. I really agree with that too. And that's so hard. And living in the city, like I'll make excuses, but there's parks 10 minutes away. It's all about intention for real. Like I think that's spending time with your family, getting outside. Those are all intentions. Like, and you can come up with a million reasons why you don't have time for that type of stuff. Every time you want to go do it, you can always find an excuse not to do it. You have to battle yourself a little bit on those instances though, and give yourself the room to know that this is going to better suit you for all the grinding you got to get after. Like you're going to be better off for it. You're going to feel more true to yourself in those moments that are testing your ability to accomplish goals that align or do not align with you, that are just set in front of you. If you can really find pockets to put yourself in situations where you don't have anything to prove, and just be yourself as much as possible.
Well, I joked earlier that I live in the city, but I look at Southside and look at the trail that runs along the Southside slopes.
great,
That is
yeah.
just absolutely badass. You can still get in nature and be right in the city.
Bro, I live in the backyard of Riverview Park.
Yeah,
Like
that
I
is
have
cool.
no fucking excuse. Like there's a Brighton Heights Park. I didn't even fucking know it existed. I was looking at the map last week for some reason. I looked. I'm like, I live in Brighton Heights. I'm like, there's a Brighton Heights fucking park. What?
Yeah, they just built you a bridge over to Riverview Park too.
Bro, I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know that. Like,
Yeah.
I live in this, and I'm wondering why my neighbors are all like, I'm like, this neighborhood is like trying to be some shit.
Yeah.
And here I am, like, it's fucking Brighton Heights. And they're like, no, fuck you. Clean your sidewalk off, fucker. We care around here. Clean this shit up.
We care around here.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting because all of ours involve nature, which definitely says volumes about what nature really actually truly means to us as humans. Because here's mine. Wake up with the sun. I'm waking up with the sun. My circadian rhythm is on point. In a warm location. I'm instantly outside, barefoot and shirtless, in some 100% cotton or linen boxers or shorts only. I soak up the sun with some relaxing movement and calibration into the day. I go for a hike with Ruby. I be in nature. I get the opportunity when I get back to go into the sauna with the big glass window, looking out at the dope view of nature and the mountains in the background. I get out of the sauna. I hit the ice bath.
Close my eyes.
I get
to really
back into the
picture this.
sauna. Sauna one more time.
The guided imagery.
I get out of the sauna
Feel
and
like
I
you're
get
just here
to.
for the sauna.
I'm really here for the sauna. I get out of the sauna and get a nice shower in the outdoor shower by the sauna. And then I get to cook with no timetable a meal I have been craving, making or learning how to make with family and loved ones around a shared table. I get to watch the sunset and relax. Then I get to relax with some nice, great candlelight while doing a nice warm soak in an Epsom salt bath of an outside heated bathtub. I finish the day with some light stretching and fall asleep with the window open to a nice light rain. And that is Zero Limitations, the fulfillment 110% maintenance day of my dreams
I'm
right
trying
now.
to do that right now.
That's pretty good, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I just thought about how great that would be. I closed my eyes halfway through that. I was just taking it.
Shit, I could feel myself naked with them linen drawers. On, you know what I mean? I could feel that shit. Like, that's some good cotton. You ever had some good cotton? I'm telling you, man. He know what he talking about. My boy had some good cotton on his ass before. You only know that when you have good cotton.
No, dude, I'm polyester over here,
Oh
bro.
yeah, you still getting that poly mix and shit. You got half rayon, half cotton.
Got microplastics up the ass.
You're Terry Crews out here doing the chest thing going, blended, blended, I'm blended.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas next year, motherfucker.
Cotton draws.
100% cotton.
Can only
So,
imagine.
y'all, I think today, this maintenance episode is definitely opening us up to reflect on this episode, probably in a year, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 from now, and come back to these maintenance days that we just elaborated to ourselves and see how close have we gotten to become that version of ourselves, and how much has a maintenance day right now for us changed to that version. Jeff's over here already kind of running a masterclass. You're running an absolute masterclass when it comes down to finally taking time and not feeling guilty of just, hey man, I'm going to sleep for the next 12 hours. And that is what it is.
Is what it is.
I'm
Well, it
still
ain't.
trying to find that coherence and get rid of the dissonance that I have when it comes down to not feeling shame for taking those rests.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man.
do you gentlemen have anything to share on the way out here? Last thoughts?
I got nothing. Take some rest.
Yeah.
Do your due diligence. Learn what you need to learn. Build in some rest.
Get some cotton draws.
Yeah, that's the biggest lesson. If you don't take shit from this episode, let me look at the camera. Cotton underwear, man.
I love it, dude.
Camera one, cotton underwear. I should have plugged up. See, I don't know what I was doing. Everybody making money off jingles and shit. I should have fucking plugged in a underwear company. Could have done it. Fucking missed my opportunity.
We rock with Packed, P-A-C-T around here right now. Packed 100% organic cotton. I got those boxers on my drawers right now, and I am rocking some 50% cotton, 50% linen joggers from the Old Navy right now. Didn't even know the Old Navy could hit you with a 50% cotton, 50% linen, but these joggers are fantastic, and I love them.
I'm going to the Navy.
I'm going to the Navy. You got anything to add there,
I'm good to roll there.
you old sailor, you?
Yeah, okay.
You old motorboat and sailor, you.
Just trying to think of some cotton draw jingles over here. When all else falls, you got your cotton draws. Something about balls too, but I'm just
Cotton
gonna skip
balls, cotton draws.
that. Ain't nothing like cotton draws on your balls.
On your cotton balls.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
There we go. Peter Peter hopped down the the old bunny trail. Peter Cottontail. Holy cow! We were just talking about cotton balls. I couldn't get Cottontail. All right, y'all. I gotta go number 2 probably because my brain is fried at this point in time, sitting here just talking. So. My final thing is just like Jeff said, take your time to rest, because don't be a jackass like Zach and not take your time, because then it'll absolutely rock you and you'll be sleeping on a Tuesday and you'll wake up Wednesday and you'll go, fudge, I didn't get any of my shit done yesterday. Fudge, why did I burn myself out so much? Fudge, I now want fudge.
I don't think you need no fudge.
Yeah, we're all packed up, man. We're all jammed up. We don't need no fudge.
Yeah.
All right. We appreciate you guys tuning in with us. We always say, don't trust us, trust yourself. And there's a good reason for that. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Later.
Be sure to tune into the gang's next release, episode 62, Hourglass. How do I cherish my time more? Well, the gang decides to talk about that fun word, that fun buzzword, time, our existence, the hourglass, the sand dropping. Let's go ahead and give you 2 of the questions of the 6 from this episode's outline. We'll give you question number 4 as a little sneak peek. What helps you slow down time in your daily life, even when the world feels like it's moving faster than ever? And then, let's go with question number 3. How do you personally balance the desire to make the most of every moment without turning your life into a productivity contest? We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.